Team coverage begins right now with Bloomberg's Manus Cranny in Zurich. Mike McKee here in New York City. Manus Cranny, we have a deal.
Johnny, we do have a deal, and there are a couple of critically important things to take away in the first take. One, we have a bail-in of bondholders. This is what the market will focus on tomorrow morning. When I got on the plane in Dubai this morning, this was a $1 billion deal. This afternoon in Prada Platz, it was a $2 billion deal. It's now a $3 billion deal, and it has a lifeline, $100 billion from the regulators, the SNB. They're standing behind this. And Colin Kelleher made it very, very clear. This is the man who steered Morgan Stanley through a bailout in the GFC. He made it very clear. We're not in the risk business. We're a capital-light model. And the investment bank at Credit Suisse will be reduced to 25%, approximately. That is the size. The backstop is in. The liquidity is there. Systemic risk for now. We'll see how we go over the next 12 hours. For now, this is a salvo at saving systemic risk.
Manus, does this solve the problem? And that's really the key question as we're talking about what people will debate, a bail-in versus bailout.
It's critically important that we understand what AT1s are, which are the additional Tier 1 capital. They were put in place as the fundamental backstop to another situation like this. My first take on this is that the bail-in is a message from the Swiss to say, look, somebody's got to take pain here. The equity holders will get a little bit of something, in other words, 0.76 Swiss francs. But the bondholders who get handsome yield for AT1, those days are gone. My question will be how the credit markets react tomorrow morning across Europe, and most especially within the banking sector. The other dynamics that you've got to keep in mind is this. There is also a backstop if things go wrong. And Kelleher made it very, very clear that they're not in the business of trying to make losses. They're going to look at the whole book, the whole credit book, the whole derivatives book. They're on the hook for $5 billion. And then the SNB comes back in, and they're on the hook for 9 after UBS. So there are a myriad of things to keep in mind here. I just want to put one other thing to the two of you, which is this. At the moment, it looks as if no dividends are to come from Credit Suisse. I've got somebody screaming blah, blah, blah. He'll get a lot more blah, blah, blah before I'm finished. The bottom line is UBS is a dividend bank of choice, but what I didn't hear in that news conference was that there's any pause, cessation, or temporary pause on the dividend from UBS. Kelleher is chairman. Ralph Hammers is the CEO. The king is dead. Long live the king, and that king is UBS.
Manus, I thought that people in Zurich were interested in this. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Manus Cranny in Zurich. Manus, we're going to leave it there. Thank you.